viewers, welcome to the series of lectures on tourism in New Zealand. In this part 2, we are discussing on the 5 subtopics as follows. First, tourist destinations in North Island, tourist destinations in South Island, adventure tourism in New Zealand, tourist transportation, and finally about the travel formalities. Coming to the introduction to tourism in New Zealand. New Zealand, the last land to be settled by human beings, is less populated, less polluted and blessed with natural landscapes like stunning water bodies, mountains, fjords, glaciers and most active volcanoes. New Zealand is also popular for its Maori culture, which is very unique and can be seen only in few islands of Polynesia. New Zealand has so many natural attractions and the whole country is like a small area packed with staggering natural wonders. Snow-capped peaks, sparkling coves, coastal glaciers, rainforest, fjords and fish-filled rivers are some of the treasures travelers can explore. Blessed with its dramatic topography, New Zealand is a hotspot for adrenaline-fueled sports. Some of the popular adventure sports offered in the country are whitewater rafting, luging, jet boating, heli skiing, skydiving, mountain biking, and the country is home to one of the highest bungee jumps in the world. Rent cars are available for self-drive vacations, which are popular among the tours in New Zealand, and the country's diverse accommodations range from quaint bed and breakfast inns and eco-lodges to some of the world's most luxurious hotels. Geographically, New Zealand is made up of 2 major islands and few smaller islands, so popular tourist destinations can be discussed under North and South Island of New Zealand. Now firstly, let us have a look into the tourist destinations in North Island. North Island is one among the 2 main islands forming the country New Zealand. North Island is known for its scenic national parks, volcanic activities, home for some of the world's most active volcanoes and cosmopolitan cities in the country. North Island is home for almost 3/4 of country's total population, with the largest city Auckland and capital Wellington in it. Following are some of the most important tourist destinations in the North Island. First, Auckland. Auckland is the largest city and transportation hub in New Zealand. The city is situated between 2 large harbours and known as the City of Sails. Auckland is the only true metropolis in the country, an economic heart. Most of the international tourists arrive to this city to start their tour in New Zealand. It is home to almost 1.5 million people and largest city in the whole Polynesia region. Auckland is a picture-perfect urban environment where visitors can see different types of tourist attractions within a short radius of the city, such as beautiful beaches, enchanting holiday islands, hiking trails, Polynesian culture and enchanting food, wine and shopping. Auckland houses some of the country's best monuments, museums and art galleries. Some of the popular must-visit tourist attractions in Auckland are Sky Tower. The Sky Tower, a 328 meters high tower, is the Auckland's most prominent landmark and New Zealand's highest building. This tower is the best place to snap the perfect city panorama, then the observation deck in the tower reached by zooming up to the top of the building in a glass elevator. Sky Tower houses a revolving restaurant in it and also a venue for adventure lovers with 192-meter high skywalk platform around the tower's pergola sky jump platform. Waitemata Harbour. Auckland's most prominent natural feature and easily navigable waterway. The attractive harbour bridge North District with beautiful beaches of bay further north of the city. Auckland War Memorial Museum. Auckland War Memorial, located on the highest point of Auckland Domain in a large neoclassical style building dating from 1929, dedicated to the New Zealand soldiers who fought the First World War. Now, museum also houses impressive collection of artifacts, belongs to the history of New Zealand and native Maori cultural heritage. Auckland Art Gallery. Auckland's most impressive cultural site in French Renaissance style building built around 1887. The gallery has most extensive art collection and artwork display. The permanent art gallery hosts artworks of European paintings and sculpture dates back to the 14th century, but the prime attraction of the gallery is the artworks by Maori and Pacific Islands artists. Next is the Voyager Maritime Museum. New Zealand, being an island nation and deeply connected with sea and sea transportation, houses this unique type of museum. Voyager Maritime Museum in Auckland has an extensive collections of countries surfacing history. Museum exhibits first Polynesian and Maori canoes and outrigger boats, whaling equipments and old instruments. Another gallery hosts New Zealand's modern yacht success and collection of yachts. Next is the Kelly Tarleton's Sea Life Aquarium. One of Auckland's top attractions allows visitors to watch underwater aqua life from close view. A series of huge aquariums containing aquatic life can be observed from the tunnel walkways, with aquariums devoted to sharks, tropical fish and stingrays. Hauraki Gulf Marine Park Islands. The beautiful Hauraki Gulf Marine Park Islands are a lush slice of nature right on Auckland's doorstep. Islands are rich with flora and fauna, offers wide range of activities for nature and wildlife lovers. Great Barrier Island is a must-visit place for wilderness fans, offers activities like camping, hiking, mountain biking and sea kayaking. Rangitoto Island is a dormant volcano and home to the world's largest forest of Pohutokawa trees. Along with all these above discussed attractions, Auckland also has beautiful beaches on both east and west coast of the city, number of beautiful gardens in and around the city and old architectural buildings. Next is the Coromandel Peninsula. Just a short driving distance from Auckland is the Coromandel Peninsula, is best getaway from hustle-bustle life of city. Coromandel Peninsula seems picturesque, just like a movie set with craggy mountains nested in beautiful native forest. The peninsula offers excellent opportunities for hiking and bird watching. Visitors can also relax and surf in the golden beaches, sea kayak in the offshore islands, skydive and visit to many galleries and art studios to see the art of Maori people. Coromandel Peninsula also home for natural hot water beaches. Taking a dip in the bubbling hot water bench in the hot water beach is the great way to end the busy day of sightseeing and have medicinal quality to cure several skin diseases. Bay Islands. Bay Islands located north of Auckland and is at the distance of just 3 hours drive. The beautiful Bay of Islands is one of the most popular vacation destinations in the country, encompassing more than 144 islands dot the glittering bay, making it a haven for sailing and yachting. These small undeveloped islands are rich with fertile waters, rich biodiversity and beautiful beaches. Some of the unique animal species such as penguins, dolphins, whales and marlin live in these fertile waters, and the region is a popular spot fishing. The popular and picturesque towns in the area such as Russell, Opua, Paihia and Kerikeri are great bases for exploring the scenic bay. Russell is one of the oldest city and country's first colonial capital. Next is the Lake Taupo and Tongariro National Park. Tongariro National Park, which houses Lake Taupo, is in the center of North Island. Tongariro is one of the world's oldest national parks, and the park place has been gifted by Maori chief to New Zealand for preserving this wonderful land. Tongariro National Park is a land with dramatic beauty with towering volcanoes, turquoise lakes, arid plateaus, alpine meadows and hot springs. A highlight of the park is the Tongariro Alpine Crossing, one of the most popular day walks in the country. Park also has beautiful Lake Taupo. Lake Taupo is largest inland stretch of water in New Zealand, and its remote and peaceful location attracts many tourists. Tongariro National Park has been listed as dual category of UNESCO World Heritage Site as natural as well as cultural because of Maori people living in the region and their unique Maori culture. Rotorua. Rotorua is in the central part of Ireland and is the most active geothermal region in the world. Whole region is popular for boiling mud pools, geysers, volcanic craters and steaming thermal springs. Visitors can dip in these hot water pools, also can experience many adventure sports. Most popular are Champagne Pool and Lady Knox Geyser. Rotorua is also famous for Maori tribal culture and culture tours. Wellington. Wellington, the capital city of New Zealand, of course, it is a small city but big name in New Zealand tourism. Wellington is famous for cafe culture and beautiful views. The diminutive capital city is nestled between the steep forest-clad hills looking towards Cook Strait. Wellington and its surround is truly haven for nature and adventure lovers, but persons should be with good physical health to perform the adventure activities to enjoy the fullest. Some of the popular tourist destinations in Wellington are Te Papa Tongariro. The Museum of New Zealand, most commonly called as Te Papa by locals, is the finest museum in the country. Te Papa has wide collections related to culture of Maori and social history of both Maori and Europeans who have shaped the nation. Wellington Cable Car. Antique Cable Car is a scenic journey on hill to the Kelburn Lookout, a scenic spot and botanic gardens. The Beehive. Beehive is the site of New Zealand Parliament and New Zealand's most iconic building. Zeelandia. Zeelandia is a wildlife sanctuary, best example for the New Zealand's conservation efforts. The urban eco-sanctuary is 225 hectares in size and has unique nature, native birds of New Zealand and many endangered species of birds and animals in it. 32 kilometers walking trails is an ideal way to explore the sanctuary by visitors. Next is the Napier Hawke's Bay. Napier is a small town in the Hawke's Bay to the eastern coast of New Zealand. Napier is famous for food and Art Deco architecture. The town was completely destroyed in 1931 by a powerful earthquake and rebuilt by the Spanish mission style and Art Deco architecture. Napier attracts a lot of tourists to its Marine Parade seafront and most popular Pania of the Reef, the statue of a woman character in Maori mythology. Now next, moving on to the tourist destinations in South Island. South Island of New Zealand is the larger one among the two islands, together forming this country. South Island is bigger than North Island by area, but in population it is less populated than North Island. South Island is separated by Cook Strait by North Island in its north and bordered by Tasman Sea in west and Pacific Ocean to its east and south. The residents of South Island claim that this is the mainland of New Zealand because of its size. South Island is more naturally rich and diverse than North Island due to its isolation and sparse population. Major geographical feature of South Island is Southern Alps mountain range and widespread forest. South Island also offers a range of adventure tourist activities for visitors. Some of the popular tourist destinations and attractions are as follows. Fiordland National Park and Milford Sound. Fiordland National Park is the largest national park among the 14 national parks in New Zealand. Fiordland National Park is a UNESCO World Heritage Site famous for some of the most spectacular scenery and landscapes in the world. Glaciers sculpted with this dramatic landscape, carving the three world-famous fjords of Milford, Dusky Doubtful Sounds. Milford Sound is most popular among the fjords. Visitors can explore the beautiful landscapes, gushing cascades, offshore islands, virgin rainforest, vast lakes and craggy mountain peaks. Sea kayaking is the best way to explore the park, and visitors can also enjoy a scenic ride by flight over the park. Not surprisingly, the park is a haven for hikers with some of the country's best walks, including the famous Milford Track. Queenstown. Queenstown is a small cosmopolitan town snuggled between the shimmering Lake Wakatipu and snowy peaks of Southern Alps range. Queenstown is rapidly getting its name as adventure capital of New Zealand and one of the country's top destinations for international visitors due to its tourism resources that can offer perfect backdrop for adventure sports. Bungee jumping, jet boating, whitewater rafting, paragliding, rock climbing, mountain biking and downhill skiing are just some of the adventure sports on offer. And visitors can explore the Alps mountain peaks and scenery through hiking trails. Queenstown has some world-class accommodation facilities for all categories of travelers. Queenstown is also a base for taking tours to gold mining towns in central Otago region. Next is the Fox and Franz Josef Glaciers. Fox and Franz Josef Glaciers are having distinction of most accessible glaciers in the world. Both of these ice rivers flow from some highest peaks in Southern Alps and reach to sea level. Coastal climate makes it easy for warriors to explore the frozen rivers on walks. Guided hikes are the best way to explore frozen landscapes, ice caves and pinnacles, and also seaplanes and helicopter rides are available to have a bird-eye view of the top of these glaciers. Abel Tasman Coast Track. Abel Tasman Coast Track is one of the New Zealand's great walks and scenic tracks located in Abel Tasman National Park, winding along sparkling Tasman Bay. This scenic 51-kilometer hike from Marahu to Separation Point lies in one of the sunniest regions in the country. While travelling on the track, visitors can do several activities like snorkeling in the clean water of the bay, spot fur seals, penguins and a diverse range of birds. This place is also a paradise for travel photographers because of its nature beauty, coastal rock cliff, rainforest and marine life. Next is Mount Cook National Park. Mount Cook National Park, also known as Hauraki National Park, is located in the heart of the Southern Alps mountain range. Mount Cook is the tallest mountain in New Zealand, located in this park, and nearly half of the park is covered in glaciers. The mountain and park is the best place for mountaineering. Sir Edmund Hillary trained here in this mountain range for his legendary Mount Everest ascent. Mount Cook National Park is heaven for nature lovers because of the diversity of flora and fauna it houses. It has more than 300 species of plants and 40 species of birds. Kaikoura. Kaikoura is a small coastal village in south of the South Island bordering the Pacific Ocean. The place is a perfect destination for wildlife lovers for watching whales, seal and penguins. Village is popularly known for its seafood delights for food enthusiasts. Now coming to adventure tourism. New Zealand has ample potential to offer a wide range of adventure sports activities due to its diverse topography. 18,000 kilometers of long coastline bordering ocean and sea, beautiful and mass inland water bodies, glaciers, geothermal springs, hot water pools, snowy mountain peaks, national parks and conservation areas covering more than 1/3 of the country are all created an immense opportunity for becoming a perfect adventure sport paradise. There are guided adventure tours and proper instructions. Training will be given to participants before performing these activities. Adventure sport always involves certain level of risk. So, necessary precautions will be taken and utmost importance will be given for safety measures. Tourists with any physical health issues which are not allowing them to perform the extreme activities will be advised not to perform the adventure sport. We have constraints to discuss all adventure activities offered in this adventure tourism paradise, but making an effort to discuss at least a few important of them put in broad headings. Water-based adventures or water sports. Kayaking, which is done in river, sea and fjords. Rafting on whitewater and blackwater rafting. Sailing, diving, scuba diving and snorkeling, surfing, windsurfing, swimming on the hot water beaches and pools, wet sightseeing adventures, dolphin watching, fishing charters, swimming with seals, whale watching, land-based adventure activities, mountaineering, mountain biking, trekking, wildlife watching, safaris, cycling, hunting only in guided tours and in selected places, air-based adventure activities, seaplanes, helicopter on glaciers and snowy mountain peaks, bungee jumping, skydiving and parachuting. Next is tourist transportation. New Zealand has 7 airports that offer international arrivals and departure. Auckland International Airport is the hub for international connectivity with major cities in the world. Wellington, Christchurch and Queenstown are other major towns also have international airport with good frequency of flights. Tourists can fly between all major cities and tourist destinations of New Zealand by domestic air services. New Zealand offers travellers a large selection of quality transportation of both public and private owned. Transportation options include wide varieties such as rental cars, bus transport, car and motorhome hire, train transport, ferry, motorcycle or bicycle on hire. As per the interest, distance needs to be covered and budget of tour travellers select the means of transportation. Rental cars are the best option to explore interior and unexplored countryside. Coach or bus travel is flexible, easy and cost-effective mode of transportation. Daily scheduled passenger services are available throughout the country to connect tourist destinations. Bus travel is ideal for those travellers who want to relax, sit back and enjoy the ride without the hassle of self-driving. Auckland and Wellington have public urban train facility. Interstate railway transport is not much developed because of the mountainous topography of the country. Coming to travel formalities. Citizens of other countries need to have valid passport and visa issued by New Zealand for visiting New Zealand on different period of time. Citizens of all countries need to obtain visa of entry permit before entering into New Zealand, except citizens of Australia and United Kingdom and some visa waiver countries as per the agreement with those countries. Tourists should have passport valid at least 3 months beyond the intended departure date. Summary. As New Zealand is known for its pure environment in global tourism market, adventure tourism is also a popular concept in New Zealand. Major portion of tourists visiting New Zealand are willing to perform some adventure sport in this naturally rich country. There are various types of adventure tourism that can be found and offered in New Zealand. Thank you.